So we're going to move on to item K, discuss, consider, and take action to approve the revised contract for Special Managing Consultant John Redgate. Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the revised contract.
I'll second.
Motion is made by Councilmember Isaac Dominguez, second by Councilmember Jesse Falcon. Any discussion? We're going to go ahead and vote. Place one,
No.
place two,
No.
place three,
Yes.
place four,
Yes.
place five.
Yes.
Motion carries. We're going to move on to item 4, reports. Any council members, you have anything to report? Place 1, place 2, place 3, place 4.
Yes.
Okay.
We do have an EDC meeting on, was it August
August 24th.
24th at 6:30? And items to be discussed is basically what was on the agenda and other items for the park. Also, the Social Butterflies having the backpack drive with haircuts for kids at 2 o'clock, August the 13th. 2 hours, right? Babe? 2 hours. So bring the kiddos for a haircut. I should tell Paul to come for a haircut. So
Are you guys taking like lightly used clothes and shoes and stuff as well? So anybody out there who has any lightly used clothing, shoes that the kids could, what other donations are y'all taking? Yeah.
School supplies, we're having hot dogs, snow cones, and the sheriff's department bring their popcorn machine.
Okay.
Republic's gonna bring the hot,
Yes.
yeah. We got a bunch of good donations, so it's gonna be good.
Okay. Anything else, sir?
Let's see. I don't think so.
Okay. Place 5, any thing to report? No? Okay. Well, one of the issues that has been ongoing has been the audits, obviously. You know, people have constantly asked about the audits. And I'm going to be like very honest. Over the weekend, I was able to access the city's computers. And I want to say that the council members that have been here for a while were not very well informed about what was in these computers. There's a reason why the audits have fallen behind. As I looked through some of the financial reports on the system, they just didn't match up with what was, bless you, with what was in our bank. As far as the bank statements, they just didn't match up. So, and there was these large numbers of negative balances that kept carrying over year in and year out. So because as we're trying to do fiscal year 21 right now, there's such a big deficit on the books. Our accountant is having to try to track down all the information associated with this deficit. Now, that doesn't mean that the city's broke in the bank. We have money in the bank, obviously. It's what's recorded on our system that just doesn't reconcile with what's in the bank. Obviously, at some point, you know, either because of lack of knowledge or not knowing how to use the system, what we had on our books, which is what we send to our CPAs to use to do the audit and to go through the audits, you obviously can't start a fiscal year with a deficit, especially not these big, and we're talking millions of dollars, not just hundreds of dollars, $1 million deficits. So you can't start the year with a minus, obviously. But somehow they were managing to go ahead and put budgets together. But when you send that information to the CPA, well, the CPA has to find out where all this is. He has to get all that taken care of. And that's why it's taking so long, because they're having to backtrack and try to basically reconcile these numbers to what's been in the bank throughout the years. You know, I've spoke to the council members that have been in office for a while, and it was a surprise to them. They just were not, they just didn't have the information. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't have the information either until I was able to access the city's computers over the weekend. I know that I spoke to the CPA, and he had given me some numbers, and I just didn't understand how the city could have such a huge deficit in 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 a report like that, because I know that we have money in the bank. I mean, we're not negative balance at the bank, but because I'm not a numbers guy, I mean, I just didn't understand it. And Mr. Bain, who was here, he did a little, he helped me out. He helped me understand the whole situation. And between him and Raul, we were able to understand that that's why the audits we're just, you just, it's not about, well, we can't find all this information. It's that trying to find the information to reconcile those numbers is taking some time. Um, when will they be done? I mean, it's going to be, it's really difficult to say, but I want to assure you that number one thing right now is our budget for the next coming year. I mean, that's a big thing that we're going to be working on. We want to get our financials in order. But kind of tied in second place is our audits. And I've talked to our CPA. I've given him basically, if he needs to come to the office and access the computers himself, so he can get what he needs. If he has to access hard files to get what he needs, then City Hall's open to them, because we need to get at least 2021 and 2022 completed. I mean, I'm hoping to get that done, hopefully hopefully by the summer of next year. I mean, if we can get all this reconciled. So I just want to assure you that it's not something, it was a big surprise to me, obviously. But as soon as we had access to the information, it was very obvious that, um, again, I don't know if it's just lack of training, or what, but it was allowed to go on and on and on and on, and it just got worse and worse. And when you have to use that information to get your audits done, it makes it very difficult. So we're going to continue to work on that. Hopefully, now that Mr. Bain's going to come on board, he can also help us a little bit. And now that the city council members are better informed, they're going to be participating, I think, a little bit closer through the process as well. Mr. Bain told them that the doors are always open if they want to know where the process is and where they are. And again, Raul, our CPA, has assured me that he is working diligently to get this done. He's helped other cities get out of similar situations. So I hope to get this done, hopefully, early next year, get at least some records done, some audits completed, and just I will continue to keep you guys informed each month on where we are on that process. And again, Mr. Bain will be coming in, and we might have him maybe give us an update as well as we move through these processes as well. But you guys are always free to call me, ask me questions, email me. My email's pretty easy, mayor@cityofodem.com, and I will respond as quickly as I can, and I can give you as much information as I have, because I'm still, learning a few things here and there, and I try to share them with them. Anytime I find something new, I send it out to our council members, because as I said before, we're going to have to make a lot of big decisions coming up really soon. So again, thank you guys for still hanging around. Oh, yes, and we will continue searching for a new city administrator. I'm hoping, we're working on a job description. I'm hoping to do a kind of a workshop with the council here to kind of finalize that so we can start putting it out. So I hope that, within a month or so, not more than 2 months, we'll have somebody stepping in and taking that new role. So again, thank y'all very much for sticking around. And my door's always open, but you have to email me first, or you can call me first, because, you know, I still have my regular job to attend to. So thank y'all.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn from Jesse, second by Isaac and Miss Elizabeth, and we are adjourned.
Mr. Mayor,